They didn't wait. That was the difference. Before, the hold had been a place where time stretched, where survival meant stillness, where movement was punished, and patience was the only weapon left. Now, they moved. Not as a rush, not as a charge, as something deliberate. Everlyn stepped forward, and the pack followed. No signal, no command, just alignment. Kaelen took point without being told, eyes already tracking the nearest exit routes, body angled for the next threat before it appeared. Malik moved with the civilians, guiding them, not holding them back now, but keeping them within reach. Lyra didn't walk with them. She moved along the edges, parallel, watching the spaces between movement instead of the movement itself. Across the hold, the other wolves fell into motion as well, not forming ranks, not clustering, spacing, keeping distance, keeping sight lines, each one moving like they understood they were no longer part of a group. They were part of something larger. The ship responded, doors sealed ahead of them, corridors shifted, lighting stuttered and corrected. The machine wasn't trying to stop them yet. It was redirecting, learning where they would go. Everlyn didn't fight it. She let the path form, then followed it. Down, she said quietly. It wasn't a guess. It was the only direction that made sense. Across the ship, Kaelen was already there. The deeper sections didn't look like the rest of the ship. They weren't meant to be seen. The clean lines disappeared. The controlled lighting gave way to something harsher, more functional. Surfaces bore marks. Wear, repair, use. This was where the ship worked, not where it processed. Kaelen slowed as she approached the next threshold, not because she was unsure, because something ahead of her felt different. The air changed first, heavier, warmer, carrying something beneath it that didn't belong in machinery. Biological. She pressed herself against the wall just before the corridor opened and listened. Nothing. That was worse. She moved anyway. Careful. Silent. The corridor widened into a chamber, larger than the staging areas, older than the systems around it. Rows of containment units lined the walls, extending deeper than her eyes could comfortably track. Not scattered. Ordered. Deliberate. Kaelen stepped just far enough inside to see. The units weren't built for civilians. They were reinforced, layered, prioritized. She didn't need translation to understand what that meant. Her gaze moved, unit to unit, then stopped. Stone. Massive shapes, folded into themselves like something that had chosen stillness over motion. Surfaces rough, ancient, untouched by the ship's design language. Gargoyles, placed among the units like they belonged. Tagged, cataloged, ignored. Kaelen stilled. The system treated them like cargo, like objects, like something already understood. That was wrong. She didn't move closer, didn't reach out, but something in her recognized it. These weren't dead. They were waiting. She looked away. Not now. Further down the row, movement, contained. A unit flickered as internal systems adjusted. Kaelen moved toward it, carefully. The surface cleared just enough for her to see inside. A body, human, alive, suspended in fluid that pulsed in slow, measured rhythms. Lines of light moved across their skin, not randomly, systematically. Mapping, testing, changing. The eyes were open, but they weren't seeing. Kaelen's jaw tightened. She moved to the next. Another body. Different. Same condition. Alive. Still. Unresisting. This wasn't what had happened in the hold. This was before that. This was where it started. She sent it through the link, controlled, focused. I found them. Everlyn felt it immediately. Not the image, the certainty. Her steps slowed, not stopping the movement, just grounding it. The pack adjusted with her instantly. Kaelen slowed. Malik tightened the formation. Lyra stilled along the edge. Across the wolves, the motion didn't break. It shifted. From movement to direction. Kaelen moved deeper into the chamber. Rows extended further. More units. More bodies. Not a few, not random. Enough. Enough to build something from. She found a central panel. This one flickered with partial translation. Not full language. Concept. Classification. Her eyes scanned. Adaptable. Replicable. Weapon capable. Kaelen didn't move. Didn't breathe for a second. Then sent it. Clean. No hesitation. They're not being processed. A pause. Then. They're being studied. The words settled into Everlyn like something cold and final. She didn't stop walking. Didn't turn back. They didn't separate us to control us, she said. The wolves heard it. Even over movement. Even over the ship shifting around them. They separated us to learn from us. No one answered. They didn't need to. Because now the absence had shape. Kane's expression hardened. Malik's shoulders squared. Lyra's eyes narrowed into something that didn't resemble restraint anymore. Across the ship, Kaelen stepped back into shadow. She looked once more at the stone forms. Still. Silent. Unwatched. Then back to the rows of the taken. Everything here was being measured. Everything here had purpose. Except them. The gargoyles. That was wrong. Kaelen didn't act. Not yet. She sent one last thing through the link. A location. Deep. Shielded. Important. Everlyn felt it lock into place. They didn't take them to kill them, she said. The pack held. They took them to use them. This time, no silence followed, just understanding. Everlyn didn't slow, didn't hesitate. We go deeper. And now, every wolf moved knowing exactly why.